It was supposed to be just another playful, innocuous guest spot on a late-night comedy show, a friendly off-the-cuff interview where Emma Roberts could promote her latest project while exchanging some casual banter. Just another stop on the young actress's busy promotional tour circuit. But within mere moments of greeting Jimmy Fallon on The Tonight Show stage, Emma sent shockwaves across the globe with an unexpected act that immediately went viral, one that would irreparably shatter one of the royal family's most carefully maintained illusions and tarnish certain individual reputations forever. As the effervescent Roberts made her way out, exchanging ritualistic air kisses with Fallon, she paused for a brief beat to reach into her chic purse. With a mischievous glint in her eye, Emma retrieved a sleek smartphone and addressed the studio audience. "Before we get started, you guys have got to see something I stumbled across recently. It's honestly one of the craziest things I've ever witnessed." The murmurs of an intrigued crowd rippled as Roberts tapped away at her phone for several beats. Finally, she spun it towards Fallon with a devilish smile. "Check this out," she urged. "It's from the Queen's funeral." With that coy prompt, Emma Roberts proceeded to blaze away onto the world stage unlike any controversy-stirring celebrity before her. What she revealed on that small screen inserted her directly into the international zeitgeist on that Friday evening, and transformed her into one of the most polarizing figures of her era. On the iPhone's display, grainy footage began playing of what appeared to be the widely broadcast funeral proceedings for Queen Elizabeth II at Westminster Abbey. That was clearly captured surreptitiously, given the amateurish cinematography and muffled audio. For the first few seconds, it depicted the familiar imagery of the royal family somberly processing into the church through its ornate archways, most notably a young Princess Charlotte flanked by her mother Kate Middleton. So far, nothing too remarkable or out of the ordinary. Then, the moment that shattered forever a carefully cultivated perception. As Charlotte veered slightly from the ceremonial line towards a separate arched entrance, the video's unidentified camera person managed to capture an extremely disturbing physical altercation. A slender female forearm is clearly seen violently swinging in from off-camera and slapping the bewildered young princess clear across the face at a shockingly acute angle. The sloppy blow knocks the tiara clean off Charlotte's head as she recoils in shock and horror, instantly bursting into frightened tears while Middleton glares stunned at the unseen attacker. The brief snippet of footage ends there with a clear shot of Charlotte sobbing uncontrollably, grasping her reddened cheek, as an oblivious royal procession continues filing somberly past into the cathedral. It seemingly captures one of the unholiest acts of disrespect imaginable toward a member of the royal family during their most solemn hour of mourning. Audible gasps could be heard across Tonight Show studio as Emma Roberts stared at Fallon with a loaded expression. For agonizing seconds, the host and other staffers viewed the appalling footage with expressions of abject shock and disbelief before the clip cut off. Finally, Roberts broke the tension with loaded words certain to set the internet properly ablaze. "Yeah, whoever that was clearly has some serious issues, am I right? Because I'm almost certain I recognize that as Meghan Markle's arm delivering that god-awful slap." The leaked video of Meghan Markle appearing to violently slap Princess Charlotte at the Queen's funeral immediately sparked global outrage and condemnation. Here is how the shocking incident and fallout could have unfolded. Within seconds of Emma Roberts dropping her bombshell allegations on The Tonight Show, the leaked clip began going ultra-viral across all social media platforms. Viewers watching in real time were as horrified as the startled faces of Jimmy Fallon and his crew when they first saw the footage. The disturbing images of a young Princess Charlotte being blatantly struck and her tearful recoil in the aftermath left little room for interpretation. If the strike had indeed been delivered by Meghan Markle's hand, it represented an unthinkable act of violence and disrespect toward the royal family during their most vulnerable grieving moments. On Twitter, the video racked up millions of views within the first hour as justice-demanding outrage morphed into a fervent public dissection of every persistent rumor about Meghan's purported mistreatment of the Windsors. The slap video seemed to confirm every criticism her detractors had ever levied about her selfishness and status-craving toxicity. This was the Duchess' vindictive revenge against the monarchy for daring to rain on her delusional red carpet parade, one top royal commentator decreed emphatically to his 1 million YouTube subscribers. She's showing her true narcissistic sociopath colors by physically assaulting a child at the literal burial of the grandmother-in-law Meghan profited off trashing for years. In a stunning reversal, even Meghan's former most ardent defenders from progressive movements and liberal commentators found themselves unable to excuse or contextualize her behavior based on the damning footage. How could anyone still credibly maintain her status as a dignified feminist voice of courage and anti-racism when she was caught literally hitting a young black girl on one of the world's biggest stages? I have been one of Meghan's most die-hard supporters ever since her character assassination by the firm and British tabloid media monsters, admitted Isa Alaman, an influential commentator from the #Sussex Squadron. But these images, even I cannot make any excuses for her if she did something so violently unhinged. There is simply no justification for an adult of sound mind to strike a child like that, let alone a blood princess at her own grandmother's funeral. While #Meghanslapped began trending to over 5 million shares, condemnations rained down from all corners of mainstream media and official channels. Prime Minister Rishi Sunak issued a stern rebuke during a 10 Downing Street press conference, stating that the images represented an act of sickening hostility toward the royal family deserving of society's fullest opprobrium. Even traditionally tame late-night American TV hosts took the opportunity to join in the furious rebuke. "I like to give even the most disgraced celebs the benefit of the doubt," Stephen Colbert told his viewers. "But man, if it is true Meghan Markle slapped a kid at the Queen's funeral like that, she is complete and utter trash. Like, even worse than Lori Loughlin levels of trash. No debate, no context, she crossed a bridge too far there." At Buckingham Palace and Kensington Palace, a dignity-besmirched silence reigned as officials privately scrambled over the appropriate response and legal strategy in the wake of the mushrooming scandal. No official statement would be issued in the short term, reporters were told, although criminal charges for assault against a minor seemed assured. For Prince Harry, the mortifying leak represented the harshest earth-shattering blow to his already dissolving reputation and family ties. Not only did the footage appear to corroborate long-whispered misgivings about Meghan's temperament, but it depicted a dark new low he likely never envisioned being plunged to. One that would make a permanent pariah out of his wife, if not himself. Conflagration of scorn and revulsion, only one thing seemed certain in the aftermath. The former Duchess's strained credibility and remaining reputational fuses had finally burned out completely. The slap video would become her personalized Zapruder film, obsessively studied and replayed from every angle for decades to come as the darkly definitive memento of when the real-life dream of Meghan's fairy tale narrative came crashing down forever.